Hershey and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Hershey and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday night, 9 p.m. What does that mean? That means it's the Hershey and the Keegs Show.
Correct.
We are back in the sack and ready to attack.
Yeah.
Hey, we're here.
We're here.
Mark, you look good. You lost a few pounds.
I did.
You
I'm
tell
about
it in your
20
face.
pounds. Thank you
You
so
tell in your
much.
face. Look at you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You were an inspiration to me.
Yeah, of course.
I have a little suntan from my Florida trip.
Exactly. We'll
I
talk
wish
about
that we can just, we've said this for almost 2 years, that if we just were able to talk about what we were talking about 10 minutes leading into the show, we would be Joe Rogan.
I know,
but
exactly.
There are certain social mores and certain things and legalities and other things that we can't. But goddamn, if we could, we would.
It's good radio. And hey, if there weren't possible lawsuits involved,
right,
we could have brought it up on.
That's right.
On
But
maybe one of these days. Maybe.
We have to protect you, and we have to protect you at all costs. But it's good to be back together, man. I was so last week you had a gig. Oh, you were in.
I was.
Where the hell were you last week?
I was at the Engelman Theater in.
You were doing an Eric Half gig.
Yes,
and
Eric Half.
The week before, I was in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area.
Yes.
So it's been a couple of weeks.
It has. We haven't been able to discuss
the people
your
have
trip.
been clamoring. They've been clamoring, and we're back. And the summer gets tough because Mikey's away in North Carolina. There's a lot of shit going on, but we're trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
The fall will be back full time with a vengeance. The summer's
a
been
lot of shows
sweaty.
will take the whole summer off. We won't do that.
We won't do that.
We're not gonna make you wait an entire summer. When we can be here, we're gonna be here.
We're gonna be here. Yeah, we're gonna be here
For you people.
The one thing I noticed, and I know how diligently you work on the show, and you look to to make inroads and things like that.
You're saying that with a little bit of facetious.
a little snark. I see that you saw your favorite band, you and Carla, saw OAR recently.
OAR, the greatest band in all the land.
The greatest band in all the land that Mike had booked the bassist or the drummer or some variety.
Keyboard player, Michael Paris.
Which has totally gone by the wayside somehow. I don't know how, but...
That guy, you know what I think it is? That guy is always so stoned. Like, he has this live stream that he does.
Yeah.
And he's just always so stoned. And it's like every time I message him, it's like the first time I'm messaging him.
Okay, I got you.
But he is responsive.
So
he'll be on.
You have tried, though.
I have tried, and he'll be on. Maybe after this tour. This is their summer tour all over the country.
That's fair.
What a venue. Have you ever been to Pier 17 in the city?
I haven't. I have not, and it looked like you and Carla were on the just on top of the world.
Oh, literally, it's a rooftop.
Yeah, I didn't even mean that literally.
I know.
You looked well. You looked healthy.
Great.
You looked summer fresh, the both of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that all summer. And, that was what a show. It was a great show.
Great show.
They were awesome, but the venue itself, it's on a rooftop in the South Street Seaport.
Right.
And behind the stage, like behind the drummer, is the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay.
So it's just a beautiful view. It was the perfect night.
Yeah.
My mom had for my parents, my mom and dad, for my Christmas or my birthday, had gotten me sound check passes. So we got to watch them, a group of like 20 or 30 people, watch them do sound check.
Sound check for OAR? So that was an additional, $7 for the pair?
A little more snark behind all your...
Okay. So you got it's amazing. It was like Taylor Swift tickets, OAR sound check. What's harder on Ticketmaster? Okay.
The great thing is you watch sound check and then you get preferential seating.
I'm actually surprised that you're not involved in the sound check.
I was playing bass for the sound check.
Mike, can you just turn that volume down a little bit over there?
My mom and dad paid an extra $5 for me to play bass.
It's amazing.
So what actually happened was I bought my tickets 6 months ago for this show.
Yeah.
They were playing Thursday and Friday. I bought the tickets. And
yeah.
My mother goes, what day is the show that you're going to? I'm like, we're going to the Friday show.
Sure.
She buys Friday sound check tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And Friday morning, I'm at work, and I go to put my tickets into my Google wallet.
Yeah.
And on Ticketmaster said the event has passed.
It's over with.
I'm like,
done.
What? I'm like, now there's a glitch with Ticketmaster. I got to fix.
Right.
And then I look, 6 months ago, I bought tickets to the Thursday night show. And now it's Friday. So I missed
gun.
And those were expensive tickets because they have this premium Heineken seating.
God damn it.
Silver Lounge that I bought the tickets for.
Wow. Damn it.
So.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are pricey tickets.
So they just you can't.
Now you can't do anything.
You can't. You're not Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future.
Exactly.
You can't go back in time.
And the show's sold out.
No flux capacitor available.
Yep. The show is completely sold out.
Done. Yeah.
So I'm in a.
You're in a pickle.
I'm in a bit of a pickle.
You
now.
certainly are.
But I also am a part of an OAR fan page on Facebook. Of course.
I know. I've been on your Facebook page. And
it's called the OAR family.
When I'm logged onto Mike's page and I'm not getting messages about people tickling their feet under the table or grabbing his chode, it's usually things about OAR. So
it's one or the other.
Yeah.
So I message into that in that group chat in that Facebook page and I told him my dilemma. And luckily, somebody had messaged me, and they said, listen, I was supposed to go.
Yeah.
I have 2 tickets. They're just general admission, though. They're not Heineken Silver Lounge.
But it's
I'll take them. Super cheap.
Yeah.
Got the tickets that day. Still ended up front row.
What are the chances, Tony?
Yep.
What are the chances? Probably about 85%.
I'm not surprised at all. You know how many people he blew for the...
Yeah, that's it.
1.
See, now, is Carla... Is she just a supporter of Mike Keegan? Is that why she goes to... she likes the sound?
In the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I play them all the time in the car, and I brought her to several shows. She's a fan now.
Okay.
I've made her a fan.
And what about Wigwam? She likes them also?
Wigwam does not like this. She likes a couple of their songs. She actually likes the opening band was called Fits in the Tantrums.
Oh, yes.
They're really good, right, Tone? They are really good.
How do you know about them, Tony?
They have
I'm a big music guy.
Yeah. Tony's a big music guy, and they have I'll play a couple songs for you. You'll know them.
Okay.
They're very popular songs. And Juliana likes some of them. So we were hesitant to bring Juliana because it's general admission, so you got to stand the whole time.
Yeah.
Juliana would be miserable if she had to stand for more than a half hour.
Right.
But we got there, and they have benches and stuff.
Sure they do.
So next time we're gonna go to a show there. Bring Juliana to her first concert there because it's a beautiful place.
Yep.
And we could put her on the benches and
she can just chill.
And there were a lot of kids there. A lot of kids at the concert.
Yeah, no, I mean, OAR is big with the kids and Fitzy and the Foot Fuckers. What is it called? What is it called? What is it?
Fits in the Tantrums.
Fits in the Tantrums. So I know it's like it's between Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo and Taylor Swift and Fitzy and the Foot Fuckers.
You know about Olivia Rodrigo, don't you? I gotta get tickets for her for October.
It's very hard. I bought tickets for the girls and it was not an easy get.
Yeah, she's gonna be at the Garden in October. I gotta get tickets.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Just buy them for a Friday and then go on Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go on Saturday. That was
my whole thing. But it all worked out, and it's a beautiful venue. Anytime you get to see a show there, it's awesome. I see Slash is going to be there.
Oh, that's cool.
Sublime's going to be there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I want to go to. It's one of the best venues I've ever been to.
Well, I'm glad that you had a good time.
Hey, listen, I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
It just happened to me on the way here, and I just do want to bring up a little bit of a gripe that I had on the way here.
With who?
Just, a pizzeria.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it wasn't me or you, Tony.
No.
Griping with.
I wasn't even gonna, but it was just in my head the whole way here.
No, we encourage you, because you sometimes come in and you have some things that you're holding on to, and I want you to let it go.
It was just on the way here. We hadn't discussed this. I knew
nothing about you, pizza gripe.
You know I don't like to sound prejudiced.
No, that's not your thing. It's never been your thing. So if you say something in that direction, it'll be surprising and catch me off guard.
I don't like to ever sound prejudiced.
Nope, you don't.
I was at the pizzeria. So Carl and I were about to have dinner, but she was doing some cleaning up at the house because we're going away on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So she was doing some cleaning.
Where are you going?
We're going to Costa Rica.
For how long?
4 days.
And you're back what day? Does that mean we're not having a show on Tuesday?
Oh, we're not going to have a show Tuesday.
Oh, thanks for that. He's just so committed, this guy, to the show.
I told you that. We're going to Costa Rica for a couple days.
Gotcha. All right. It's just this fucking guy.
Mark's making notes right now.
Taking applications for Hershey and the blank. Is it going to be Hershey and the Sugalina? Hershey and the
Sugalina.
Yeah, I mean, who's it going to be? Okay, go ahead.
And Kelly.
Hershey.
Yeah. Who? Who's Kelly? What?
Hershey and the Kelly.
I didn't.
All right.
Okay, I missed it. All right, go ahead.
All right. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We
gotcha,
were talking about
gotcha.
before the show.
Yeah, gotcha.
So,
okay.
So yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to Costa Rica for a few days.
Gotcha. No,
guys.
thanks for letting me know. Okay, so
So Carla's doing some. She's cleaning up around the house, doing
Okay.
some laundry. We're starting to get ready. I had to clean out the axolotl tank.
Yep.
Which is my chore that I do around the house.
Yeah.
So we didn't have time really to make dinner and have dinner. So I'm on my way here. I had to grab a quick slice of pizza on the way here. That was my thing.
Do you want to mention the name of the establishment?
Great place. Great Montana's. Montana's in Freeport.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brothers.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
one
yeah.
in Merrick, but there's one in Freeport right by the house.
Yeah, no, the guy
place is
Tony owns it.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, not Frank, but
Tony Montana.
Tony Montana. Go ahead, I got Tony Montana.
You want the fucking pizza?
Place is great, and I'm not complaining about the girl herself at all. But there's
This is-
a beautiful young African American girl behind the
Fair.
behind the thing,
Fair.
making the pizza.
Yeah.
Taking the. When I go into a pizzeria, I only want Italians there.
That's it?
No, but I'm saying it because this is what happened.
Oh.
Listen, and it's not just because she was African American. If I go into a Chinese place, I don't want Brianna behind the bar, or behind the counter. If I go into an Irish pub and I order a shepherd's pie, I want Michael Fitzpatrick making me the chef. I want.
Wait, hold on. She's not a pizza chef, though.
But she's heating it up, and she's.
Do African Americans heat up pizza differently?
Yes, so like now when you go into a pizzeria, they're either African American or they're Spanish. There's no Italians there anymore. And so what happened was the pizza itself,
You're in
which is
Freeport,
usually
though.
very
There's
good,
a lot of
but you know,
ethnic.
but Montana's owned by Italians, and
I
there
gotcha.
wasn't an Italian to be seen in there.
I understand.
So they're not
Okay.
making the pizza,
Okay.
which was it's usually phenomenal. The pizza there,
Yeah.
subpar today,
Yeah.
and then she doesn't know because of her background how long to keep it in the oven.
I mean, she's probably worked there. She knows how to do it.
But because it's the cheese and you
Oh
gotta know
my
how
God.
long to keep it in for the cheese to melt
Right.
properly and how to put it in the box.
Yeah.
If I was getting a sweet potato pie at Caribbean Soul, I would love to see
God,
her
help us.
behind the
Help us,
behind
God,
the counter.
please.
But it's
Help
no,
us.
it's not. It's everybody. It's not just her.
Yeah,
If, like
you're
I said-
saying in general.
like I
You're
said,
not
I'm
just
Irish.
speaking-
If I go to an Irish place,
Right.
I want an Irish guy. If I go
Right.
to Italian, I want an Italian. I want
Right.
a Chinaman at the China place.
Right.
And then
you want when you go in for matzo ball soup, you want Shlomo
Mark
matzo soup.
Hirschman behind
You
the
you want Shlomo Hirschman behind the
Exactly,
counter. I understand.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't want.
Right.
I don't want
I got-
Ahmed behind the bar.
I
and-
gotcha.
But it's because it's nothing to do. She's a lovely young girl. She's
Yeah.
very, very sweet.
Yeah.
But the pizza comes out.
Okay.
It was subpar because it was not made by an Italian, and then she keeps it in the
How
oven.
do you know it was not made by an Italian?
Because I'm watching this Hispanic guy like try to. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not
just
even.
slandering every single person in the place.
Not all Italians make great pizza.
Oh, I know. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Farmingdale.
I know. And,
Yeah.
there's
All
always
right.
there's always an exception.
Yeah.
But the pizza, she kept it in the oven too long.
Yeah.
And then she put it in the box, and it was folded over
Oh.
on itself.
Oh, that's
and
not
that,
good.
That ruins it. And
Yeah.
you kept it in too long, and then the grease comes down, so you don't get the crunch. It's all flop now.
Flop.
And I'm trying to eat it in the car on the way
No,
here
you
because
can't.
I got people to entertain.
Yeah, of course. You have
So,
a
it's
show to
just-
run. You have a
it's
show
just
that we
what-
rely on you for.
So, yeah, exactly. So when I
Yeah.
walk into a pizzeria,
Yeah.
I want to see some Italians. When I
Understood.
walk into a
Understand.
Chinese restaurant,
Listen, it sounds to me like you have, as usual, a legitimate Yelp complaint here.
this is true.
So you just keep on doing what you do. I'm sure people will be just totally in agreement with you and your fucking insane, ridiculous,
All I'm saying is-
illogical things
All I'm
that
saying
you
is
say.
stick to your own.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So you were against apartheid in 1954 also. You're a sick, twisted bastard. You are. Yeah.
There's a place for everybody. And listen, if I go to a chain place, if I go to Olive Garden,
Yeah.
anybody can serve me.
Okay. Gotcha.
Anybody of any
Right.
ethnicity can serve me at Olive Garden.
Right.
It's a chain restaurant to serve me my bologna parmesan,
Right.
whatever they serve at Olive
Yeah.
Garden.
Yeah. Okay.
But if it's a family owned Italian place, I want an Italian person.
So you don't mind
hands
if
all over everything.
Shoshana Schwartzstein gives you your bowl of salad and breadsticks at Olive Garden?
Anybody could.
You're
Anybody
you're,
could.
You're fine, and no slander.
No slander. If
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I go to Red Lobster, if I go to any of these chain places, anybody of any ethnicity,
Yeah.
and I'm a generous tipper.
Oh, yeah.
I'm friendly. I love
Sure.
everybody.
You've
But if
come a long way.
But if I go into Luigi's Pizzeria,
Yeah.
I want Luigi and
Understood.
Vincenzo.
Yeah.
And I don't want.
Gotcha. You sound almost like a liberal with talking about Olive Garden.
That's right. I love Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I am an Italian American, and I love Olive Garden.
I mean, listen, people who complain about Olive Garden, and you hear tried and true Italians complain about Olive Garden, but the truth is, you shouldn't be an Italian going into Olive Garden eating it like it's Italian food.
Exactly,
it's different food.
Exactly,
you go there for the breadsticks and the salad, and you get lasagna that's not really typical
really
lasagna. So just eat it for what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking eat it for what it is, and shut the hell up.
Cube steak bolognese or whatever they sell.
Exactly. Get pube steak bolognese. And just, that's fine.
And I love Olive Garden because, like you said, I'm not going in there expecting a Michelin star Italian dinner.
No, this is not.
I like the atmosphere. It's hospitaliano.
Right.
That's what they call it.
That's right.
And the bread and the
you
bread,
like a little Andy's candy at the end of it.
Exactly.
You like that? You like?
I love the breadsticks. I love the salad there.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And they come over and they twist the cheese on.
Oh,
and that guy will go all day.
He'll go all day.
I mean,
don't stop.
That will be a goddamn mountain by the time it's done with.
Oh, absolutely.
I gotcha.
I'm like, you leave that with me.
Well, I certainly. You listen. I mean, this is what this show is all about: freedom of speech, and regardless of how irrational it might be, we let Michael do his thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you've had some good experiences while we're gone, some bad experiences. Mm-hmm. As you know, I was in Fort Lauderdale with most of my family. My oldest daughter was in California, but we were at Fort Lauderdale on a very lovely, lovely resort. Just a real 4-star, lagoon pool, private beach, the whole thing, and we did a lot of just chilling out at the pool and drinking pina coladas. Nice. For me, it was virgin pina coladas, but it was wonderful.
Pinas colada.
And you know what I did? I will tell you what I did, and I was really proud of myself because I really. Even though I left the podcast, I left it behind for a little bit. I never truly forget about the podcast, and I spent. It's
in our blood.
I spent. Mike doesn't even remember the show until 8:58 on Tuesdays. I spent in the pool. Stacy would find me, and she's like, "Are you fucking talking about this shit podcast again?" And I was engaging with people, and then I would, you meet people from all over the place. They're from Canada. I met people from Oklahoma. We're bullshitting, and I don't attack them with the podcast and the comedy background, but once we've hung out a little bit,
you slide it in.
I slide it right in.
Like a gentleman.
I'm proud to say that I made headway with 3 different groups of people, and as they were leaving the pool, I made sure they put in their phone Herschy and Keegs. They said you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Are they
and all
listening
these things
right now and hopefully not African American?
You obviously know that I made sure that I checked our ads, who added us every single day when I was there, and not one of these people ever added, and it was crushing to me. It was crushing. And I'll tell you that there was one guy who I had hooked. He was definitely buying in. He was getting it. He was laughing at me and shit like that. But what I know when I lost him was that I had been telling him how me, Max, and Anna earlier that day were jet skiing in the ocean, okay? Which, I've done with the kids over the years. As I get older, I realize that I'm not adept to jet skiing as much. It's a little bit more nerve-wracking for me as I get older. So Anna was old enough to get her own jet ski, and Max and I he was on the jet ski with me.
He drives and you...
No, they didn't let him. And I don't know. So he
drives and you just hold on to him.
I was holding on
life.
tight. Yeah. But at one point I was I really cranked it up. I was really going really fast, and I looked down at the speedometer and it said 70, and I'm like, I am fucking flying 70. So I come back and I'm talking to this guy from Oklahoma, and I'm like, dude, I was fucking going 70 miles per hour. And he's like, you were going 70 miles per hour on the jet ski in this water out here, the ocean? I'm like, dude, it was 70 miles per hour. And like, he was giving me a little pushback, and like more than he should have been for someone who didn't really know me, you know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, I'm not a bullshitter. I'm not a daredevil, but I wanted to, be there for my son and show how brave I was,
Dad's a man.
So anyway, that conversation with him, my relationship with him petered, and I made sure that when I came back to from Florida, I had seen my wife's twin brother Adam, who is he is a boater captain, legitimately owns 2 wave runners, yada yada. And I'm telling him, like, I fucking was up to 70 miles per hour. He said, no, you weren't. He said, you were definitely not. He goes, did it say possible kilometers on it underneath? And I'm like, oh yeah, it said km. He goes, that's 42 miles per hour that you were going. He goes, you were going 42 miles per hour, and you were telling a guy that you were going 70. That's the reason why he thought you were a big piece of shit. Yeah. So not only that, but I dumped me and Max twice. I couldn't seem to really get the feel down for making the turns, and so
especially when you're going 79,000 miles an hour.
Right. I was going too fast. I wasn't going as fast as I thought I was. So the first time I get dumped, thank God we had the vests on, because I start screaming out to Max, "Are we dead? Are we dead? Are we dead?" And he's like, "Shut the fuck up! You're fine. You have your vest on." And then the helper comes, and he explains what to do. And I don't know if you've ever tried this, but being in the middle of an ocean and the water's a little bit choppy to boot, getting back up out of the water onto a jet ski is not as easy as coming off the land onto a jet ski where you just step on. Yeah. You literally have to lift your body out of the water and then grab onto the bar and then pull the weight of yourself up. So I was able to do it the first time, and then like 15 minutes later, I dumped us again. So the guy comes over, the helper, the kid, he's like, "Are you guys jumping off?" And I'm like, "No, man, I'm having a problem here." He's like, "All right, well, you got to kind of stop doing this, So but at this point, when I'm pulling myself up, all of a sudden the arms aren't as strong, and I'm like feeling like, am I going to need this fucking guy's help to like
to push your bottom?
Well, not only that, but like sometimes if it's really a bad situation, they'll make you just hold on to the jet ski and they'll drag you back to the shore. But they did not have to do that. I mustered up all my strength. My shorts were definitely like probably about my ankles at this point, but I got us up, and Max is like, "Please stop turning so fucking sharp." Now I'm looking, and Anna's just like flying along on herself, having the time of her life, like she's Fonzie, ready to jump the fucking,
jumping the shark.
Yeah, and Max is sitting there. He's just like, "God, this piece of shit, he's the worst."
Can't wait till we get older. I could
drop
this loser.
Well, at one point I said to the guy, I'm like, "Can we just let Max ride it?" And he's like, "Dude, he's 14. He's not allowed to."
Yeah.
So
you have to be 18. Is that
in Florida? As a matter of fact, between the ages of 18 and 36, you actually have to have a temporary license. So when we signed up for the thing and paid the money, they said, "Here's the link for the test. Go back to your room and take it." And meanwhile, every answer is impossible. You have to Google it's a legit test. And we were sweating it. We're like fighting in the room, like, "No, it's that question." And we finally got it, and she got her temporary license. So Anna's 19, so she was able to do it. But no, it would not have been allowed if Max was doing it.
I'm going to Costa Rica next week. I'm pretty sure they'll let Juliana drive a jet ski. I don't think they're big on rules there.
Costa Rica is the same thing as like when we were in Aruba, we could have done whatever we wanted. Yeah. But the beauty of when we went jet skiing in Aruba a few years ago is Aruba is not an ocean, it's a sea. So it's flat. Yeah. So you can literally be flying and you don't have to worry about it. Mm. But the ocean, we were in the Atlantic Ocean, it's choppy. So I was like, boom, 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 boom. And then making a turn, and then that's where the guy was telling me that he thought I was jumping off.
Exactly.
I'm like, why would anybody really want to jump off of this?
I know, exactly.
Like, I'm drowning here.
Yeah,
like
I'm terrified enough as it is.
Yeah, so most people when they're on these things, they're like, "How many more minutes?" And I was like, "How many more minutes is this?" And like every time I asked him, he'd be like, 10 more, and I'm like, "How is it still 10 more?" Meanwhile, I dropped 200.
I'm giving you an extra 20 minutes.
Oh
now.
My god. And meanwhile, I fucking dropped $220 on a half hour for us to do this. Yeah. So you'd think I would have been wanting to be out there longer, but I couldn't wait until it was over. And when I got off, I was like, "That's it. Next time you guys jet ski, Max will be old enough to do it on his own, or we'll be in some sort of illegal place where you can do it." Yeah. Because it was of course, I know it's surprising that something that I did caused stress and things like that. But we were on.
Did you have a nice time?
Yeah, it was. I have to tell you, like, it was so. I mean, obviously it's hot in Florida, so you spend most of the time in the water, and the resort is gorgeous. So we spent most of the time in this huge lagoon pool with waiter service and waitress service, and it was phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Max and I did voyage off a couple of times. We went to Raising Cane so we can get chicken fingers.
How
in
was
Pompano
it? Have
Beach.
you had it before?
Never had it.
I never
before.
have either. Was it
Outstanding.
As they say?
Yeah, it's outstanding. We did that. We went to hit golf balls at some place called Aqua Golf, which is apparently a famous place in like the Miami Beach area where you hit the balls into the drink into water, but they're not regular balls. So when you hit them, they feel like a regular golf ball, but they float. So that's how they collect the balls.
That's pretty cool.
So we did that one day, and we went to the Marlins game.
Saw that. You went to the Marlins
Mets game.
Max got a ball.
Daddy got a ball and gave it to Max,
Harrison
but I
Bader?
caught a
Was it
ball.
Harrison Bader?
Let me tell you something. We were out in left field, and it's different than Yankee Stadium. It's deep, like it's 400 something feet in left field. There, it's like a bomb. And I had my glove, and the thing is coming at me like 110 miles per hour. I'm like, I'm gonna get killed by this thing. And the next thing you know, I was like, shoo! And it fucking, I was like, holy shit, I fucking got it. Because we get balls all the time, but usually it's someone throwing it to us or, shit like
Never
that.
caught it.
This was like a bomb that I
happened to
fucking
me
caught.
one time at a Yankee game. I was in college, and I didn't have a glove with me. And we were kind of like upper decks in Yankee Stadium, screaming foul ball. And,
Screaming.
Me and my friends all had a couple of drinks, and,
Yeah.
I was
What a
holding a
surprise.
beer in one hand.
Yeah.
Screaming foul ball comes and just smashes my hand. I didn't
Smashes.
catch it.
No.
But it hit my hand.
Oh, yeah.
Dead on.
Hurt.
And my hand was purple. You could see the stitching of the baseball in my hand.
Yeah.
And you could hear the whole section booing me because I dropped the ball.
Booing you with a purple
Booing me
stitched hand.
Because I wouldn't put down. I didn't drop my beer.
Right.
And everyone's booing me.
Awful.
And I'm walking out of the stadium, and some old guy, some 90-year-old guy's like, "Hey, great hands, buddy." I'm like, shut up, you old piece of shit.
Great hands, douchebag.
And I went home and I watched the replay of the game, and you could literally hear everybody booing me.
Oh,
in
my
the section
God.
when I
You're a
missed that
disgrace
foul ball.
and an
Yeah.
embarrassment to life.
Yeah.
So the one thing, and I think I posted about this, about Florida. Yes, the heat, but that's understandable. People can't fucking drive in that state. It is the worst place in the world for driving. People are either driving 100 and weaving in and out of lanes, or they're driving 6 miles per hour, and there's no in between.
Exactly.
And the other thing is that you can't. Every place that you go to park, they harass you. Like there's meter maids there, and you have to like enter in an app, and you have to put. It's just it's very stressful. Yeah. So we pay our money at the Marlins game. We're literally like parked here, and we're probably 100 feet to the stadium. The closest walk I've ever had, because nobody goes to the fucking games there.
Exactly.
And I even went to the guy running the lot. I'm like, is this app right? He's like, I'll take your phone. I'll do it for you. So Apple pays it, and he's like, you're good. We're halfway home, and we're on 95, and I see a fucking ticket flapping in the wind, and I literally pull off in the middle of the median. Max is like, you're going to get us killed, you stupid moron, for a ticket. And there was a parking ticket. They gave me a parking ticket that I had to dispute when I got home, which is, I'm like, fuck this fucking Florida shit.
Exactly.
Like,
Florida's the worst.
nonsense. Total pits. But we had a 15th floor, top floor, ocean view room, balcony,
Nice.
seeing the ocean. It was gorgeous. The only issue was that when one of them, Stacy, Max, or Anna, refused to wait for me, I was alone and I had to do the elevator by myself, which I don't do and I didn't do.
Yeah.
So I'd either have to wait on the floor for someone to come, just a regular rando, or a couple of times. The first time that I walked down, I went to the stairwell that I thought was the one that brought me into the lobby.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. I get down to I go 15 all the way down, and it says no lobby access. You have to get off on 2. So I wind up going down a stairwell. I'm let out way on the wrong side of the hotel, and I get out, and there's 2 homeless people sleeping there.
Oh, it's gross.
It's horrendous.
Yeah.
And then I literally was 2 hotels down by this point, and then they're like, "Where did you go? Like,
how did you end up there?
What
Exactly.
happened? Like, I'm at the Westin, down like Holiday Drive, like a half mile down, but I was because I was on the wrong elevator. So I don't do the elevators, and I had this conversation. I think it was with maybe Sue the other day, or Sue and maybe Deanna, her friend. That the only kind of elevators that I'm willing to do on my own is mall clear glass elevators. Yeah, and the way I make logic out of this is that someone can see me screaming and clawing at the window, then I feel like it's like a little bit.
That man's dancing.
So I feel like I can do that, and it's only like 2 or 3 floors. So I also don't see myself plummeting down into a vicious death in one of those. But and I also think that sometimes I can probably break through that glass if I had to, and then
is that what you're going to do, Mark?
I don't know.
Mark Herschman's going to break through and scale down.
All I'm saying is I've been able to. I haven't been in an elevator by myself otherwise since 2001, since after 9/11.
Yeah.
So it's been 23 years that I haven't been in an elevator.
I think of you often at my office. It's 4 floors my office, and it's a very sketchy elevator. It
really is.
It's an old elevator. It creaks.
Is it small?
Very small.
And only one in the building, or
only
2?
One in the building.
Yeah.
One in the building. It's very small. And 1 time out of 10, when I get to the 3rd floor where my office is, the cage won't open. So like the door.
So it's like a service elevator almost.
It's not really like a service elevator, but every elevator has like 2 things, and they both open simultaneously.
Yeah.
But sometimes mine doesn't. Just the regular door opens, and like the second area doesn't open.
So what do you do?
So what I do is I have to close it, and then I have to go up to the 4th floor and walk down.
Jesus.
But I'm like, if Herschman was in here by himself and this cage didn't open.
I mean, so if I was in that,
sometimes it'll stop, and you'll see like the floor.
No, sir.
It doesn't go all the way.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Bob. Let me ask you, is it, so you could walk down every day with no problem?
Yeah.
You can walk down. You just don't want to be walking up 3 floors every day.
I always walk down.
Yeah.
I take the elevator, and when I get there in the morning, I take the elevator up.
Do you walk down? Do you walk down every single day?
I walk down every day, yeah. I don't take the elevator down, but I always take it up in the morning. I'm a little tired usually.
Okay.
And,
So, but if you had to, if you were me and you were riddled with fear, you can.
Yeah, it's right. It's an easy walk. The stairwell is right next to the elevator.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Like Juliana does not like going in that elevator, so we always have to walk up and down the stairs.
And what's the size? Is it a big elevator or it's tiny?
6 feet by 6 feet.
Not big.
No, not big at all.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's a tiny elevator.
The downfall for me with the elevators was that so I had been in World Trade the Thursday before. What was it? 9/11 was on a Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
It was a Monday. So I was showing office space in World Trade on the Thursday before.
No, it was a Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's what I thought. Tuesday.
Yeah.
So the Thursday before, I was showing space, as I did. I've been down there a lot as I was doing real estate at the time. Yeah. And so when that happened, I was like, yeah, this is not going to be good for me. But I wasn't fully fucked up at that point yet. And then I had gotten stuck in an elevator soon thereafter. But a lot of the elevators that I would go in the city were the old buildings. There's a lot of old, small commercial real estate buildings in the city, and they're small. And when I say small, like 3 or 4 people at most can fit in them. Yeah. And you get stuck in one of those, you're fucking fucked for life.
Yeah, this one, 4 people tops in my office. One. And I totally get it. You know what's weird? Like, so 9/11 was the year of my freshman year of college.
Right.
So it was a Tuesday in September. Mm-hmm. We had just started. It was like my first week in college.
Yep.
And a week before that, they took the whole freshman class on like a cruise around Manhattan. And I was sitting with my friend Lenny. It was like my best friend in college. And
Capuano?
Capuano, Capuano, exactly. The best guy. He's the best guy in the world.
I love how I just stalk people's lives.
You know, Len, Big Len, yeah.
I don't even know how I knew that.
I have no idea either.
You know,
I'm like, oh, you've met him.
No, I've never.
It's creepy. Yeah,
I've never. But
so his father owns a tile company.
Yeah.
In Irvington, New York.
Yeah, Cappy's Tiles.
Lenco.
Yeah.
But, literally, we're on the cruise and we go by the World Trade Center and see how huge it is, and he's just like, imagine if that ever came down, how much sheetrock and tiling, just because that's the business his father's in.
Right.
And he mentioned that, and then a week later, the whole friggin' thing comes down.
Oh, so and all this whole time, they blamed it on the fucking terrorists.
It was an Italian guy.
And it was Lenny Cap the whole
Lenny
time.
Caps. But he goes, a week after it happened, I'm like, I recalled that conversation where Lenny's like, imagine if anything ever happened where that building came down.
You know how much sheetrock I'd be able to sell?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how much tiling will go back up in the Freedom Tower that will...
So bottom line is Lenny Cap and his father are multi-millionaires nowadays.
Yeah,
and there was nothing coincidental about that story whatsoever.
They built the Freedom Tower, exactly, yeah.
And his father had gotten his pilot license that weekend. And...
changed his name to Muhammad Atta.
Oh, my God. So that was, and of course I can never, God forbid, I can ever have a trip where I'm not panic stricken about flying home.
That's what I was gonna say though. Like I always worry about you when you go on trips. I'm like, does this guy ever enjoy himself?
Oh no, I was really good. Like we got there Saturday morning. We landed at 9:30 in the morning. Yeah. So just intentionally, we wanted the full day Saturday all the way up till next Saturday night, where our flight was not till 8 at night. Yeah. No, so I'll tell you how I enjoy myself. So we get to no, that's the whole time, just in the pool. Meanwhile, can I just tell you, I mean, I shouldn't even be talking about this, but you know what? It just is what it is. That my son is an absolute savage. He's just he's an out of control savage. So we're mostly spending our time every day in the pool, just because the ocean was a little choppy, and it's not like in Aruba you lay in the water, you can sit like it's on a float. But so the pool was just gorgeous. It was just beautiful. We're having catches. We're just having a grand old time. And at some point he's like, I just said, I got to get out of the pool. I got to go take a leak. And he's like, just go in the pool. This is like the third or fourth day. And I'm like, what? No, you don't do that. He's like, I've already peed 5 times in the pool today. No, this is... And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, that's what I've done every day since we're here. And I'm like, Max, this is not even the Levittown pool where you shouldn't be peeing in. We're in like a very expensive resort here. He's like, so what? I took a piss. That's it. I'm like, that's not the ocean, Max.
He's like, we pay so I could pee in this pool.
He's just a fucking total savage.
I was in Cancun for spring break with Lenny Capuano and my other buddy Mark Dublé.
Yep, I know Mark. Mark the Shark, they called him.
Yeah, we're in Cancun, and there's a swim-up bar at the pool.
Yep.
And you would notice that it was 20 degrees warmer by the swim-up bar.
Sick.
And you realize you're just swimming in urine because you go 10 feet away from the swim-up bar, it's literally 20 degrees cooler.
That's disgusting.
And everybody's just peeing there.
That's
I remember
gross.
one time my friend, one of my friends that I was with, jumps in the pool and goes, they ran out of toilet paper in the bathroom. I just took a dump. I'm like, what'd you do? He's like, I just jumped in the pool.
What is wrong with people? What kind of savagery?
Yeah.
What kind of goddamn savagery? Well, no, I will tell you that. So, of course, we get to the hotel, and it's funny. I joke about this with my buddy John Livio all the time, that I can't really fully relax until the room is ready. Yeah. Like, Stacy and the kids will change into bathing suits, and I'll be walking along the beach with like cargo shorts packed with like cash and like keys and everything.
I'm the same way. I'm a little neurotic like that.
Oh.
Do you unpack when you get to the hotel room?
No. Everything's
out of the suitcase.
Yeah.
I unpack everything.
Oh no,
that's fill up the dressers.
Stacy and the kids did that. I was luggage
first thing
bound.
I do, yeah,
luggage bound. But so I was really, really, really good. Believe it or not, all the way till Friday morning. And we were leaving Saturday, so that's a pretty good stretch of time that I'm really doing well, And then I happened to look at my phone like at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I almost didn't believe it. And I read a thing that says national computer crash, flights being canceled at JFK, LaGuardia, and all this shit.
CrowdStrike thing, yeah.
And I'm like, this can't be real. It can't be real because something similar happened 10 years ago to us in Florida where Hurricane Irene hit and we got stuck. Supposed to fly home on a Saturday. We were stuck till Tuesday. And it was obviously I had to take off extra days of work and pay extra money for the hotel, all this shit. So, of course, I'm just panic stricken. Yeah. So I follow my flight, which was coming from New York to Fort Lauderdale, and it was on time all day. Everything was good. We're great. We went out to the mall. We had late checkout. We get to the rent-a-car, drop it off, get to the thing, and then it says you're delayed a half hour. I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. We're good. And then we get to the airport, and they're like, all right, we're just waiting on one more crew member because we can't fly unless we have a fourth flight attendant. And then it's a half hour, and then it's an hour, then it's an hour and a half, and it looks like there's a possibility that we're not going to get out and it's going to be canceled. Meanwhile, the flight right next to us was also going to New York. It was a Delta flight going to JFK, and it got canceled, and there were no flights being able to be booked until Tuesday. So similar nightmare. They had to call on the sheriff department because people were going batty. There was news stations there, everything. And then finally, so I'm up at the desk, and the lady up there, she's like, listen, I don't know what to tell you. You can stand here all you want, but I'm waiting for my manager, Garrett, to call. And if he calls, it means that there's another flight attendant. Otherwise, you guys might be getting canceled also. So at some point, she leaves the desk, and I happen to be standing there. And
dressed up like a flight attendant?
No, so I see only
Tommy Boyed it.
I only do that when the kids aren't around. So I see the phone ring, and it says Garrett something, and I am this close to picking up the phone. And Stacy sees me, and she's like literally going to murder me. The lady comes back. She's like, no flight attendant. And then maybe like a half hour later, like a gift from God, another crew comes in, and we get to leave, and we wound up landing only like an hour and a half late. So we made it. But that stress level is a lot for me.
So did they underbook the flight attendant, or the flight attendant?
All the crews were all fucked up because of what happened. So there were flights canceled. There weren't enough people.
How does it define a gay guy in Fort Lauderdale?
Oh my God! Hey, they found one here. Yeah, so we made it home, and it was, listen, there's nobody ever happier in the world than when that plane lands and the trip is over than me. Like, there's no happier moment in my life. And we had a great time. We really did. We had a great time, but I like being home. Yeah. I like being, knowing that my dogs are okay and my mom and everything like that, and that the podcast is in good hands.
Very good hands.
Of course, I had a scare on the way, so I get very nervous, even going through like the TSA check and stuff like that. I get very. I don't know why. I guess you hear these stories that people got stranded, and a guy got arrested in Turks and Caicos and was in a jail because they found that he had bullets in his, but he didn't. He's a hunter, but he had the wrong bag, and he got arrested and whatever. So I'm always worried. Not so much for me, but like you never know what fucking Max has up his sleeves. You know what I mean? Like he can have like a shank in there or something like that. Yeah. So of course they're putting all of our bags through, and I see that my backpack gets taken into the extra security thing. And I'm like, oh my God, what's in there? And I'm like, they're gonna take I have my snoring machine in there, and like they're gonna think that's some sort of a like a weapon or something like that, and I'm not gonna be able to take it with me, and I won't be able to sleep and all this shit. And the guy starts ripping through the bag, and he's like, it's a bottle of water. You can't bring that in, buddy. And I'm like, and of course my whole family is like, you fucking jerk, we told you.
Exactly.
So I didn't know that you weren't allowed. I thought.
Do you have a snoring machine?
Yeah. I have well, that's been part of my my little, over the past couple of months when I've decided to try to improve my overall health. Aside from losing weight, I went for the colonoscopy. Yeah. And one of the things that happened during my colonoscopy, I woke up and my jaw was killing me. And I'm like, what? Why is what? Like,
this is supposed to be a colonoscopy.
I'm like, what was the guy doing?
Yeah, exactly.
And
did you have Darius Paduk?
Yeah, I'm like, I wish. I asked for him 6 times. They're like, no, he doesn't work here. So what happened was, I wake up from the whole thing, and the anesthesiologist said, "Listen," he goes, "I'm not a sleep doctor, but you were
obviously not, because I don't think they call them sleep doctors.
You're not a sleep, not a mattress guy." Yeah. Anyway, he said that I had to keep on lifting your head up because, yeah. Yeah, he had to keep on lifting my head up during the procedure, and I was out. But he goes, I'm not a specialist, but you definitely have, and I know I'm a snorer forever, you know what I mean? But he goes, you were showing signs of apnea. So, believe me, my whole family has been like for years, you should go for one of those sleep clinics. But I'm like, I can't picture myself going to one of those places. And you know.
It's a nightmare. You would hate it.
Well,
I've done them.
Yeah, luckily I didn't, but a buddy of mine happens to be a sleep tech, and he said, now they do it differently, where you can, I'll bring the machine to your house, you can set it up, you can have a virtual appointment with the PA or the doctor, and if you need a machine, I'll hook you up with it. So I did all that, and they said that I definitely could benefit from the CPAP machine, whatever it is. Yeah. And I've been using it for like a month, and I'm like, sleeping better, I'm sleeping better, and what you've gone for that before? I didn't know that.
I've had two of those sleep studies, and it's this place in Garden City. It's a really, really nice room that they put you in. It looks like a hotel room. It's a comfortable bed. But you're hooked up to all these wires and stuff, and you have to wear the thing. So between the wires and the thing over your face, like I felt suffocated.
Okay.
And if I move wrong or anything, you hear the person speak to you over the loudspeaker, and I know that they're watching me. So I can't sleep.
Right.
I can't sleep knowing somebody's watching everything I do. And
I guess you shouldn't go away with me then.
Hey.
So cute, Mikey.
But
roll over, Beethoven.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Wait, so did you have 2 failed missions? Is that what happened?
I had one mission where they check if you have it, and then the second one was they fit you for the whichever one you need. So, yeah, and it was a cool room and everything.
Yeah,
but it was just like if you have to get up to go to the bathroom, like you have to carry this thing with you.
Oh, it's not that. It's not like that anymore. It's so much easier than that.
Okay. Yeah. If I could just be like on my own, and I have no problem.
Wait, so didn't you go with the idea of getting some sleep help? Isn't that what?
Yeah.
And you didn't though. You never.
And I did, and then I lost the weight, and I don't need it anymore.
Okay, so that's just you self-diagnosing.
Yeah, because I knew that I snored, and I wasn't sleeping well. I'd wake up tired every morning.
Okay.
And I was actually I think I was in the hospital one night, and the doctor was saying, like, you have some pretty bad
situations.
sleep apnea.
Yeah.
And then I got the tests and everything. They gave me the CPAP machine.
Yep.
And then after I lost the weight, I don't think I snore that much.
So it's very funny. So I mean, I'm in a different situation than you were, but I've lost like in the past 6 or 8 weeks, like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And the other day I fell asleep on the couch just like in the afternoon one day. And Stacy's like, you weren't snoring just now, and I had no CPAP machine on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's partially because of the weight loss or because when you use a CPAP machine, you learn to breathe through your nose as opposed to being a mouth breather.
Yeah, it kind of trains you to.
So I think that's what it was, is that I was just regularly breathing like a normal person and not like that kind of thing. So. But I'm going to keep on going with it because I definitely feel like.
Do you wear it? You wear it through the whole night? Are you able to wear it?
Yeah.
Like halfway through the night, it would be like on the floor.
Oh no. But mine's again. I think that over the years they made it easier. I just have a thing that goes right here. Like it's not. I don't have shit all over the place. It's just boom right here, and it's pretty easy. So. Gotcha. There are times I'll be like, all right, enough of this, but I have to make sure that I use it for at least 4 hours a night. Yeah. They told me, or insurance will stop covering it.
Exactly.
So I'm like, all right, I'll make sure of that because I don't want to spend like $1,000 machine. But it's been good. Yeah, it's been good. Look at us with the PSAs, Tony. Helping people.
Yeah. Lose weight and sleep better.
Yeah, everyone. Lose weight, sleep better.
Tony. Like commercials during the day for the old people.
Yeah, that's it. And you can get your transvaginal mesh also.
Reverse mortgages is the next topic.
We can do that. We can talk about that as well. So that's been good for me. We talked about the elevator. There was a couple other things I wanted to cover with you. Oh, you know what it was? Huh? Oh, that's right. I almost feel badly. Thank you, Tony, for keeping us on point. I almost feel badly doing this because I feel like we haven't seen each other for a while. We're getting along well. My usual anger and bitterness towards you doesn't feel as much.
More relaxed.
Yeah. No, I've definitely felt better. And
things are good in Herschy and the Keegs world.
Things are good. Things are definitely good. And then. But then what happens is you do something that brings me to the point of strangulation where I want to
now.
I feel like I want to physically maim you. So sometimes, listen, obviously you're a funny guy, you're a comedian, and our relationship is that where we can sometimes text things that are serious about our lives and our relationships and things like that. Other times it's things about my comedy or your comedy. So you text me something the other day, and you lead it in with saying, I found a video, I want you to watch it. It's actually a video of you that I don't know if you've seen before or not. So I'm thinking that maybe it's a video that you took. Sometimes we take video of each other when we're on stage.
We're sleeping.
That too, but like there's stuff, or maybe it was a clip from the show that you wanted me to see.
I thought I had found a clip.
Yeah, so you told me that it was a clip of me that you found, and you thought it was inspirational. Yeah. And I'm like, cool. It could have been something from the show, whatever it was. And I guess without any further ado, I'll let Tony punch it up, and people can see the video of me, quote unquote, that Mike sent me.
I thought you had some good advice.
Go ahead, Tony.
Back up, yeah, buddy. You've been always down and ups. That's why we're doing this. Ups and downs.
Wait, that's not you?
That's what I am. I am just being the up. When you look down, don't put yourself down. When you put yourself down,
So the bottom line is,
I thought that was you.
You're like, any time that I feel like there's a positive, I feel good about you as a person, as a friend. This essentially, for people who are watching, or if you're just listening, it is an Orthodox Jewish man. So that's obviously making fun of my ethnicity.
You know what it was?
Religion,
it's because you're not Orthodox Jewish. That's why It's not you.
And the man is obviously has Down syndrome. So Mike seems to think that it's funny to say that I look like a man with Down syndrome wearing a yarmulke giving inspirational advice. Okay? I have to say that...
Honestly, this is what happened. The first 2 times I saw it, I really thought it was you. And the third time I realized, but I'm like, all right, this could be a funny thing now. Wow. But I really did think it was you at first.
Well, it's not me, and...
Okay.
It's
still
just,
good advice.
It is good advice. You don't want to stay down, is what he says. And so I wanted to literally...
Some of the comments on there were unbelievable.
The comments are just, I mean, they're just beyond brilliant.
An extra Shlomosome?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Shlomi, my extra chromie homie, they called him. And then,
I like the Shane Gillis reference.
Oh yeah, building tunnels.
They're building those tunnels at night.
But someone said this guy has some nerve to tell me not to stay down.
I like the. I didn't know they made them in Jewish.
That's right. The worst one, which is the most clever, is this guy has he's Auschwitztic.
Oh my goodness!
It's just horrific. But no, that's not
like
me.
The tragedy.
Yeah, it was tragic, and it's not nice, and it just shows you what kind of quality person you are. But your mother's listening; she always is, and I'm sure she thinks you're just perfect.
She might have thought it was you. She sent it to me, actually.
She did. She sent it. Okay.
This Mark.
So I did want to. We haven't talked a lot about... I haven't disparaged Levittown in a while, right?
Yes.
So I will do this without trying to disparage Levittown at all. But our frequent show contributor, Suzanne Galina, who's our neighbor, my neighbor, not your neighbor.
Not
also.
mine, but a very good friend of mine.
Yeah, a good friend of yours, and certainly a good friend of mine.
What a lovely person she is.
She's the best. She sends me the other day, and this is not a joke. This is a true...
Not terrible to look at either.
She's a lovely woman, yeah. This is happening in Levittown, in our area. And I don't know why, if she sent it to me because Max and Luca were out on the neighborhood. They were on their bikes, whatever. And it was kind of an alert like, hey, the boys are out. Please be cognizant of what I'm sending you. Or if it was possible that she thought that this ring alarm that went out was one of the boys. So the ring alarm says... 9 minutes ago, 1.9 miles away, so that's still in Levittown, I'm sure. Someone put it on their Ring camera. Guy walking naked, chaps on, and has schlong hanging out. Has his schlong hanging out. And then some neighbor 14 writes, his name is AJ. And then neighbor 9 writes, pictures, please.
Are you neighbor 9?
So I don't know. That is my favorite number. But for me, I had a mixed reaction at the time. Part of me was worried that the boys were, because they were over by Target, and this happened right near Target. Okay. And my first inclination was to think, like, I'm worried that this guy is near them.
He's going to try to queer up Max.
Yeah. And then part of me was thinking, like, this could be one of them because they're two fucking idiots, and it definitely could have been one of them.
Which one of those idiots is wearing chaps?
Because yesterday, she calls me. I was at work, and she calls me and tells me, just so you know, the boys are over by Kohl's near your job. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, why is that important? She's like, well, Luca called me, and he said he was in a stall taking a shit in Kohl's. And I said, where's Max? And she said, well, I heard cracking up in the phone. He was in the stall next to him taking a shit at Kohl's.
With him.
Yeah. So,
so that's what these guys doing on their summer breaks. They're just going taking shits at Kohl's?
They go to Cookie Crumble. They load up. They get some spicy nugs over at Wendy's. They pop into Pat's Pizza. They snack up, and then they need to take a shit.
That's a hell of a day.
That's exactly right. So
that's what we used to do when I used to go over to I used to go to where you work.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Go to
Kohl's, take some dumps, spicy nugs.
Exactly. So luckily nothing happened, and the boys were safe, and we don't know what happened to the Schlong guy. It seems like that crisis was averted, and everything is good.
So somebody knows him, so this is like a regular occurrence?
Yeah, like that's AJ.
It's just AJ.
Yeah. But Sue was more worried. She's like, aren't you concerned that there's a guy walking around with chaps? I'm like, I'm concerned there's a guy with his schlong out. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, you care about chaps.
The chaps don't bother me. Maybe he's like a Harley guy.
Yeah.
You know, but if his dingling is flapping in the wind,
I'm a little worried about
I'm
that.
concerned about that. Yeah, I'm concerned about that.
He must be very confident, though.
AJ with his schlong?
Yeah, with his thing hanging out.
I don't know. Neighbor number 14 seems to like him. Yeah. So that's really about with this hour just rifled through as
Always
usual.
Does.
Rifled through. I feel like
what are you doing under there?
What's going on? No,
talking about AJ and his chaps?
No, I'm scratching my stomach. I have sunburn. My God in heaven, you weirdos. I feel like we definitely have a listenership in the Carolina area, so I'd like to make sure that we talk about this, since unbeknownst to me and Tony, we have no show on Tuesday, but you are leaving to go to the Asheville Comedy Festival in Asheville, North Carolina. You're leaving on Wednesday?
Leaving on Wednesday, yes.
So you'll be back from Costa Rica
leaving on Tuesday.
So you're back from Costa Rica on Monday?
I'm back on Costa Rica on Monday, leaving on Tuesday for Asheville.
Okay.
That night, I'm going to see Tom Segura there. He's doing he's like headlining the festival.
Awesome.
And then I'll be there for the whole week. So my show is going to be on that Friday.
So you're going, and then you're coming back what day?
Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
So my show is on Friday night, though.
So I know that I have friends in the North Carolina area, so definitely go see Mike at the Asheville Comedy Festival. Yeah. Tickets are available on the Asheville Comedy Festival website.
Yep, I'm on the Thursday night show at the Wortham Theater.
That's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for you.
Should be fun. So, there's a lot of cool, there's a lot of great workshops there, and a couple of them are like podcasting and editing. Okay. So there's like it's good stuff for us.
Maybe go.
Probably gonna go. Probably not gonna go.
No, I don't think you are gonna go. But think about going. So that's good. Then we have what show you want to punch up there? You want to punch up the epilepsy next? This will be the last time on this show that I'll get to promote my show for next Thursday, which is Stacy's run for the Chicago Marathon, raising money against epilepsy. I was given
tickets sold. I hear.
Yeah, so I was issued 100 tickets originally. I wiped those out, sold 100. I was able to score a few extra tickets from Andrea, who's the best. I think I probably am down to maybe like 10 or 11 tickets. So I don't think I'll be able to access tickets after that. So if you guys don't have your tickets yet, text me tonight or tomorrow or shoot me a message and I'll get tickets out to you. It's going to be a fantastic show. It's going to be me, Chris Monty, Haft. Unfortunately, Mike, you won't be there. Tony's going to be doing a little bit of a spot, which I'm super stoked about. There's also, aside from our show, the other fundraiser happens to be Division Avenue High School Wrestling. So there'll be even more Levittown people there. So it's going to be a juiced room.
It's all Levittown. Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a show.
It's going to be juiced up. I'm really excited about that. So get your tickets for that.
I think my mom's going.
She might be coming.
Diane's going.
All right. Cool. That's awesome. And Tony, what is the 17th show as well? That's a good idea.
She'll bring my dad.
I think that will be good. Tony, you want to talk about the 17th show for Mikey next?
August 17th. Mike and Hugh. I don't know why I'm talking about it. You're right here.
I don't know. Yeah, but thank you, Tony.
Show? So it's Mike
August 17th. Giggle Room here in Levittown Governors. Me, Hugh Murray's going to host it. Carla. Slew of other people. Jeff Paul's going to headline it.
Oh,
Jeffrey
that's
Paul.
killer.
Yeah,
Hugh Van Well or no?
Hugh Murray. Hugh Murray.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Only one Hugh per
Only
show.
one Hugh for that. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fun.
I will point out that Rich Kleinman Pig Vomit has offered to do the show with you next week.
PV.
If you'd like to.
Hershey and the Peeve.
Yep.
To do the show with co-hosted it.
Yeah.
Jeez, well, that's caught me off
hired.
guard.
You're in.
Or you can have.
Oh, you're a fuck. You're a fuck.
Hershey and the Peeve next Tuesday night.
What else you got, Tony? What do you want to go ahead and what do you want to?
Let's see.
Thank
we
you,
got
Pig. Thank you, Pig.
Murder Mysteries at the brokerage and at McGuire's, and we have the game show in September as well. Knockin' Dead Comedy, and of course we have Gov's Comedy Club podcast is producing some upcoming shows in the Giggle Room as well.
Awesome. Okay,
thank you very much.
Beautiful. Hey. Great show. You're a fucking asshole, Tony. You're a total moron. You're a douchebag. I hate you both.
It's like looking in a mirror.
I hate you both. All right, everybody. Share it, like it, punch it, squeeze it, bop it, all that shit.
That's it.
Good to be back, and we will see you, I'm not exactly sure when.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
After next Tuesday, I have nothing going on Tuesdays for the remainder of my life.
Okay, good. So another month. Okay. All right, folks. We love you. Good to see you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.